And that's about it.
Thank you, Tony, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Kenneth didn't show? Kenneth, no. Okay, Stericia, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, please. And Madam Chair, can I have my two campaign assistants?
Absolutely.
Please? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stolicia Rodney, and I'm running for ANC 6E. I'm a native Washingtonian, born and raised here in DC all my life, all 42 years. Graduated from Dunbar Senior High School in 1992 when it was on 1301 New Jersey Avenue. Graduated from Marymount University with a bachelor's in business administration. In my professional career, I'm in nonprofit development. Currently employed at the Association of Governing Boards of Universities and Colleges. Also served briefly at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, America's Association of Women's Health, and Partners of the Americas. I'm here because I want to help continue to serve my community for our future generations. This is my son, Damon Rodney. He's currently at middle school, Francis Stevens Elementary Middle School, and Demesia Rodney, just 9th grade freshman at McKinley Tech. So we are lifelong members of this community when it was Ward 2, now Ward 6. Been here all of our lives, and I just want to continue to help support my community and my neighbors. If they can just pass out some information to all of our neighbors and friends, and please vote for Stolicia Rodney, November 8th for ANC 6E04.
May I ask you a quick question? Are you a member of the United House of Prayer?
Yes, I am.
And are you related to Apostle Green?
Yes, I am.
And how do you relate to Apostle Green?
He is my father. I am Stolicia, named after my father, Sterling.
Okay,
Yes.
just wanted to confirm that. Thanks
No
very much.
problem.
Oh, you never brought your daughter before. You never brought your daughter before. Shame on you, sir.
Not anymore.
I love anybody who's graduated from Marymount. That was my son's
Yes.
university as well. It's a good school and you get a good foundation. So it's nice to know that you were born and bred here in DC,
Yes.
but you even went to school here in the area. That's really cool.
Put the metro over to the Orange Line, put the bus up to Boston. Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
work with Department of
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex, come on up.
Yeah,
Since you're my competition.
that's right, that's right. I'm excited to finally meet you. I don't think we've met before. I saw you in the grocery store once, but you were busy with the constituent services, so I didn't want to interrupt. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Marriott, and I want to thank you all for coming here. But I also want to thank the commissioners and each of you for taking a step in helping your community. It's not an easy thing to do to volunteer your time, volunteer your money for these kind of positions, and get little thanks for it. I grew up in a real small town in upstate New York. It was actually a village. We all had dinner together at the same table. That was very nice. But getting people to, run for village trustee was like pulling teeth. Pass around who's going to get the short straw. So to come here tonight and see that there are this many people willing to come forward, I really appreciate that. And, thank you very much for the, you guys can clap with me, I don't have to do it alone. Thank you very much. My name is Alex Marriott. I'm an attorney in the district. I went to GW, and I work for a small DC-centric firm. A lot of what I do is litigation, but I also do a lot with affordable housing. I work with cooperatives to ensure that everything's being done according to their bylaws and to make sure people stay in their homes. One of the biggest problems, I think, in our single-member district, but also throughout the city, and I think a lot of you have probably saw it too, is when you tell people you're running for the ANC, they look at you with a blank stare and say, I don't know what the ANC is. And then you go and you explain it, well, this is what they do. Well, our single-member district is a little bit unique because it's just apartment buildings. So it's maybe a little different when you have a more residential area. But what I started to do is I went to the apartment complexes and started talking to the managers, trying to find out a way of how we can get more people aware of what the ANC is and what it can do for the people that live there. Now, it could be as small as when somebody moves in, here's a letter, welcome to the neighborhood, here's your ANC people, this is what they do and this is how they can help. Could be something in the elevator. How many times you go in an elevator and you see, oh, this is going on, that's going on. What's going on at the ANC? When you're talking about a residential area, maybe we need to see more boards. What's going on, you know? Communication is what makes the ANC strong. It's uniquely positioned in its proximity to the residents to know and have a pulse of what's going on, and if we don't have the communication, we're not going to be successful. Beyond that, one of the bigger issues that I see in my single-member district is public safety. You know, I know the ANC has also probably tried to push for that crosswalk at 4.5 Street, so you're not, you know, playing dodgeball every time you're trying to go to Half-Baked. So that's something that I really want to keep pushing for. And also, I won't go on too much longer, one of the things that we constantly are seeing are break-ins in cars and bike theft. And I think, you know, I've been working with some people in the CID, also I've been talking with police officers to come up with a little solution. When you have a bike rack, if there's surveillance in the area, which Councilman Allen has really been pushing for, have a little sign, areas under surveillance. Now, is that going to prevent every bike theft? Probably not. But it's something that could take a step forward. It's something that might prevent a couple bikes a year, and the cost is worth it. So again, my name is Alex Marriott. If you have any questions for me, if you'd like to talk with me, I'll be here. Thank you all for your time, and thank you to the commission.
Alex, where upstate New York are you from?
Just outside of Utica, a little town called Mohawk.
Is that near Oppenheimer?
No. I think it's a little,
okay.
but I've heard of Oppenheimer.
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 Okay.
Thank you.
Kevin, would you like to have a few minutes?
Yes. My name is Kevin Rogers, and I'm running for AE 6E07. I've been in this town 27 years. 20 of those years I've been an activist. Working around in the communities, working with Northwest One DC, and quite a few organizations. I got a chance to get in this right here back in '95. I'm really a resident of K Street. Been on K Street all this time. My first building was Museum Square. I was tenant association president for Museum Square. At the time, when I moved there in this area, there wasn't no high-rise buildings. All that was popularized. So I watched this community develop. You know, I got a chance to work with Keith Seals and Mark Dixon and a couple other activists in the city, known as Dick Gregory and field minister for XM. You know, and we marched on this city for years. My goals are almost just about the same. I do it all the time. I like working with people. I like to see change, you know. And with change in the neighborhood now, the new development, right? You know, there are a lot of more projects, right, to consider. And one of the main ones is the parking. And on my block, there is less parking space, you know, and so I got a chance to get with Keith Silvers and Naomi for Charles Allen's office, and talk to them about that. And Chris Taylor, I'm working with Chris Taylor for Pepco, you know, because they are coming up with a new power plant, and that's right on my block, and that's going to take up a lot of parking space. So with that, you know, I come into the association, I already got projects to do, you know, and I haven't even been elected yet, but I hope y'all elect me. You know,
I think you have a good thing going.
yeah, I worked with the mayor staff, Naomi, and them for the project over here, Golden Rule, the sidewalk. Sidewalk had a hole in it ever since the building was built. You know, it's messed up sidewalk, wheelchairs can't get by, you know, and J.B. Johnson don't have a sidewalk, it's just a pavement. So I'm working with them on that, right, to get that done. Another project I have so far, working with the homeless in the area, New Jersey Avenue. a lot of people get homeless, right, in tents and stuff, and we trying to figure out what we can do with them. Nobody don't want them in the neighborhood, they don't have nowhere to go. The feces and stuff is smelling so bad, you know. So I work with Leon with the Mount Vernon committee, you know, see what we can do about that. So, you know, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. You know, I came in here working. So I will continue to keep doing what I'm doing. And hopefully I can help somebody on the way. And thank you, ladies. Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin, we appreciate your coming tonight. I know being the last meeting, so I really appreciate your coming and having something to say today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. For the members that are sitting at the table, Frank is the incumbent for 6E03. Would you like to say something?
My name is Frank Wiggins. I've been on the ANC advisory board for the past 4 years. I am running for re-election. It will be my 3rd term. Property manager in the area, from in the community a great deal of time. Even just on last week, I was meeting with the tenants of 1330 and meeting with a lot of the seniors there, those who came to that meeting, educating them. Even on 311 app, so many people don't even know that app even exists. DC 311 is the app that you can use to report anything that's wrong with your street, your area, lights out, you know, educating things of that nature. We're talking about public safety. So I have 4 major buildings in my SMD, Canaan Lane Apartments, Color Terrace Apartments, 1330, Gibson Plaza. So I have a lot of large buildings in my property. We have 3 pieces of property in my single member district that is yet to be developed, that will be developed probably in the very near future. I run to support the constituents in my neighborhood. I don't run for ego, I don't run for my personal gain. There is no personal gain. It's just a matter of trying to take care of the community at large. So I ask those who are here, those who are online, I ask for your vote for this November. Vote Frank Wiggins. Thank you.
I'm Alex Podro, and I am running for a 9th term as the single-member district commissioner representing ANC 6E01. I was first elected in the November 2000 election, and as the former director of the Office of Planning for the District of Columbia, Harry Bergoning, has often said, there is no single person in the District of Columbia that is as associated with the revitalization and the rebirth of a neighborhood as I am with Shaw. Some people call me the mayor of Shaw, some people call me Mr. Shaw, but certainly I have spent the past 16 years working day and night to advance the revitalization of this neighborhood in a way that benefits all of our residents. And the proof is in the pudding. If you look around the neighborhood, if you remember what the neighborhood was like back in 2000, it's night and day. If you look at it from the perspective of public safety, back in the day we had shootings taking place almost every single day of the year. We had drugs being sold on every corner of the neighborhood. We had crack houses on just about every single block. The transition in terms of public safety has been dramatic. From the perspective of housing, I am particularly proud of the fact that we have had no net loss of families in affordable housing in the neighborhood. That is despite the fact that we have had about $3 billion in public and private investment coming to Central Shaw. I have worked to preserve the affordable housing in the neighborhood, and I have worked to build new affordable housing in our neighborhood. I have advanced the development of some of those empty lots in our neighborhood, like those that surrounded the old Giant, and you have seen what those lots have been replaced with. They've been replaced with senior housing, they've been replaced with market rate housing, they've been replaced with one of the largest supermarkets in the District of Columbia, and we have gotten houses that were abandoned for decades renovated and reoccupied using a number of different tools, including the vacant and blighted property tax, something that I fought for. I fought for the property tax cap that makes sure that no one has to pay the full burden of the increased assessments that our residential properties experience as a result of the revitalization of the neighborhood and of the city. And I am very proud of the fact that we have brought retail back to 7th and 9th Streets and the Yale Street Market, which has resulted in jobs for people in the neighborhood, and for us to be able to spend our money in the neighborhood instead of having to spend it elsewhere in the District of Columbia and out in the suburbs. So I am asking the residents of Central Shaw in ANC 6E01 to vote for me for another term, because the job isn't finished. We've come an awful long way. I've got the battle scars to prove it. If you're pleased with the way that the neighborhood looks and feels today, you have me to thank. If you still have things that you would like to see changed, I am the man to make those changes and make sure that the neighborhood continues to move forward in a positive direction for everyone in our neighborhood, regardless of the color of their skin, their sexual orientation, their age, whether they're parents, I especially want to pledge to continue to work on bringing back Shaw Junior High School. We have been without a junior high school in our neighborhood long enough. The new school on the site of the old school was promised to us 3 mayoral administrations ago. And this has been a football that we've been chasing. Now that we are finally getting rid of a chancellor that did not support our neighborhood junior high school being built back, we now have an opportunity to try to make that happen. That's the last major project that needs to happen in our neighborhood. So I ask for your vote if you're my constituent, and I look forward to continuing to fight the good fight to make sure that everyone in our neighborhood has everything that they deserve.
And I'm up for re-election. My name is Mark Lucida. I presently am the president of the Cayette City Vista Condo Board. So I oversee the running of a 300-unit building. Recently we put 100 solar panels on the roof and are finally getting something back from that, cutting our electric consumption in the building and being able to sell back to Pepco almost $1,500 a month in excess electricity. So I'm big on the green thing. I'm also very busy with affordable housing. I work very closely with Anita Bonds for people who have affordable housing and cannot cope with the bills and the things that force them out of their homes. So we've been working to make sure people pay their bills and help them budget and make sure that they don't lose that chance that they got for good housing in a good neighborhood. So I've been working on that. I work with all the developers in 6005. From when I first moved in, the K building was the only building, and we had the K, prostitutes, and parking. Now we have a whole lot of restaurants, thanks to working with the SID and with community members and different people. Getting liquor licenses get through, making sure that we have agreements with every single business in my area, because a couple of reasons we have a lot of problems that are the result of having all those businesses, which means that I'm on rat patrol right now. And the rats along K Street are bigger than cats. And I've been working with Department of Health, with the SID, with all the buildings, and we are fighting all as one unit to make sure that we can get rid of the problem. So that's a big thing right now. As many of you know, when there are rats in your neighborhood, in one borough, there is 1 male rat and 5 females, and they reproduce every 28 days. And so if you've got little holes in grounds, flower beds and stuff, and you know that it's a rat burrow, you got more than one rat, you got at least 10. So it's something we've been working on to make sure that we clean up the streets so the restaurants are able to, you know, have wonderful food and have also the ambiance outside in the patio areas that they want. I'm also very, very involved in the development of the 2 triangle parks that are at the corner of Mass, 5th, and I. I've gotten a developer to pledge $5 million for the redevelopment of those parks. We are presently drawing up the conceptual design, and we will be taking it to the National Park Service very shortly. And once we go through all the approval processes through them, because they're not owned by the district was supposed to try and get those parks under their control. They did nothing. So we have moved on. We don't need the district. We went directly to National Park Service. And part of the nice feature of working on this is that the developer has agreed to pay maintenance of the park for 20 years. So not only are the parks going to be redeveloped, someone's going to be there to take care of them. So we're working very hard with the CID, with Charles Allen's office, with the downtown bid, with the community, and we have a lot of people who are saying, gosh, if you need more money or you need equipment, let me know, I'm in. So people are really excited about the fact that we're finally, after 3 years, getting past all the initial stuff and getting to the parks, so we're excited about that. The park will also have a recreation program, free to the community. It will be supported by businesses in the local area, and there'll be classes like karate and tai chi and other things for children. There'll be senior programs in the park, and there'll also be adult programs like line dancing, and one of the programs that is really exciting and people are really looking forward to having is a belly dancing class. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and because of donations through developers and through grants and friends of the library, friends of different places, we've been able to secure enough money to run the program without charging any of our residents in 6E. So we're very excited about that. So I'm asking you all to give me a few more years. I've been on commission 4 years and chaired it for 2, and I work very closely with Alex and we work all very closely together, but Alex and I kind of work very, very close, getting letters out to the city, things that we need to do, and I would like a little more time. I need to get my job finished with my parks and move on to the next project that I feel is important to the neighborhood. As Alex is the mayor of Shaw, everybody on K Street knows me, so I don't think there's a restaurant or a bartender or a clean team representative who does not know me and does not know that I'm there for them. So I would like to invite you, when the ballots come out, to please vote for me. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's everybody for tonight. Just for your information, I will not be here next month, so Alex will be running the meeting next month. I am going on a road trip across the country, and I won't be back till near Halloween. But we will give everybody, again, an opportunity to come back next month and speak so that we can hear from every candidate. Yes, sir.
Sorry to do this now, but since you're going to be here, you're not going to be here next month. I was talking with Kevin, and one of the issues that we've seen in our single member district is the conflict between the owner of the Museum Square and the residents. And one of the issues is they're not getting updates, they're not getting information in Mandarin and Cantonese, which is what the majority of the residents there speak. So I was wondering if the commission wouldn't be, I know you can't take a side, but in the idea of fairness and the idea of even if there is a different result that the residents aren't happy with, that maybe you send a letter to the owner, maybe hinting at that they send these kind of communications so that the residents are well informed and understand what's going on.
That's already happening. We can't get very much involved because the building and the whole piece of property is in litigation. But letters have gone out in the languages of the people who live there. In fact, we had to hire somebody from Office of Deputy Mayor, Office of Asian Affairs to work on that. So at least 3 or 4 times letters have gone out in all the languages, especially the Asian population. About 10 to 15% of the population is African American, and the rest is Asian. So we have made an effort to do that, and Andy Shalal, owner of Busboys, has superbly had people come in and do rallies and that kind of thing in their language. So it's already happening.
That's why I'm happy to hear that,
Yeah.
because, you know, last week I was over there, and they're still getting things in English, and a lot of people are still panicking. So I was thinking that maybe the ANC might want to collectively put together a letter, just, you know, and not that you have to CC HUD, but, you know, just moving
It's
forward.
a private ownership. HUD is not involved in the building any longer. Their contract with HUD expired a year ago, December, and so HUD is not a player.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not saying that that needs to happen, but,
Yeah,
you know, it
no,
might be helpful.
We can talk about this offline if you'd like. a little
Sure,
bit,
yeah, that's great.
So that
Thank
you can be updated. Kevin, treasurer's report?
Yes, currently we have $52,728 in our checking account. I did pass around the quarterly report for the second quarter, and I would move that NC 60 approve of the quarterly report as presented.
Seconded.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? So it's unanimous, Karen.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Is everything settled with the auditor's office at this point?
As far as I know, they did request some information from you some time ago, so.
They didn't ask anything of me. They just sent me a letter saying that they were not going to be giving us our third quarter and fourth quarter allotment because we didn't turn in reports. Those have been turned in.
Yeah, all the reports have been turned in. The only thing that needs to be done is the signature card.
Okay.
But there was an audit some time ago, and they asked for additional information, and talk to you about that.
I sent everything to Kathy Patterson,
Okay.
so they should have everything they need. They wanted a map of our ANC, and they wanted a copy of the budget that we voted on.
Okay.
Those were the 2 things I asked for. That was way back. Okay. So, go ahead, finish your.
Also, I moved the ANC 60 compensate Rochelle Nigro in the amount of $497 for the printing of the September newsletter, and that we pay the amount of $125 to our no-ticket Karen Yaley for the September meeting minutes.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? No. Unanimous, Karen. We will pay you this one. That it? Kevin? That's it? Okay. Old business, new business, the only, I don't think there is anything. Anybody have anything?
Talking about,
Pardon?
we're talking about announcements.
Not yet.
Okay.
We're not there
I
yet.
will wait.
1 more minute, give me a chance. We will move then from old business, new business to announcements. We do have a few people who wish to make announcements. I know Naomi waits for this moment every month, but let's let Rochelle go first. And before Rochelle goes, I just want to make sure that I publicly state, I want to thank Kathy Jenkins, the former director of this library, for all her help and support. She has been moved to the Deanwood Library, and we're very sad about that. And we'll be pulling together something to get a little something for her before the end of this year to make her let it be known that we truly appreciated her help and support, which sometimes when the agenda was chock-a-block full meant that she couldn't go home at 9 o'clock. She waited and didn't carry on or harass us or go crazy. She just gave the extra 15 minutes or whatever it was and set up the room and then disassembled it when we were finished. So I just want to publicly state that she did a fabulous job in this library, and that me, Chair, I really appreciate what she did for this ANC, so. Okay, Rochelle, announcement.
This is kind of fun, so I'm doing a commissioner event on September 28th. I am partnering with the Convention Center, who is ANC 6004's immediate neighbor to the west, to have an Art with the Commissioner partnership. They do their art tours at night now, so it's going to be September 28th at 6:30. You're going to meet on the Mount Vernon Square side. I'm going to fly around the community, you'll see it. But the big thing is, after the art tour, which is fabulous, we'll have a little after party at the Marriott Marquis, the High Velocity Bar. It's a little community get together.
Very cool,
If you haven't seen the art, go check it out on September 28th.
very cool. Miss Naomi, I'm sure that you have something to share.
Absolutely. Glad to see you all back. I missed you. I'm so delighted that I didn't have anywhere to go. So we'll look for the next office. I'm Naomi Mitchell. I'm with Councilman Charles Allen. I'm the annual liaison. I've been at this for a while. We have been on recess, the council, since July 15th. We go back to real work September 15th, so we're about to prepare for that. In the interim, our council member has become a new father and has actually been on paternity leave for a good part of that time. He is slowly coming back into the office. So as a result of this sort of mid-month reactivation, what we normally do with office hours, we will not be doing it all in September. We will start up again in October. For those of you in this area, you know that last time we had office hours, I guess that was July, we went to Mount Vernon, to the baked oven.
Baked and
Baked
wired, yeah.
Baked what?
Big joint.
Yeah, baked joint, that's the place. And before that, we would hold office hours over in Shaw Central at the Compass Coffee. So what we've decided is that starting October, when we come back, we will alternate those two places. Each month we will go. Our office hours amount to the council member, chief of staff, several of us in the office coming out to a place at 8 a.m. to about 9:30 to just be there